we all know that Michigan State is a cesspool of garbage. We all know that the people at Michigan State, and I'll give Izzo a pass on this, are complete crapola. We all know the fans of Michigan State are insecure little twats. We know everything about Michigan State is awful. We saw it with Larry Nassar. We saw it with the media of Michigan State not having the trust of any of the athletes of Larry Nassar to go to them. You know, they're very defensive with the Lansing, whatever the hell the thing is, State Constitutional Journal or whatever. They're very defensive of their coverage of Larry Nassar, but they didn't break the story because no athletes there wanted to talk or trusted them. They went to the Indianapolis Star. Of course, the Lansing Beacon Journal bull crap didn't break the Mel Tucker story. Well, guess what? Mel Tucker and his peeps aren't messing around. Mel Tucker and his peeps are coming out firing. And I got to tell you, they ain't wrong here. Here's what Mel Tucker's lawyer said. He said very simply, Tucker is just a fall guy for the university's negligence. We'll say that again. And they're not wrong. The universities, the long history, which includes and predates the Larry Nassar matter. Let me say that again, which includes and predates the Larry Nassar matter, but which unfortunately has continued to taint the university's handling of this matter. They threw out Nassar. See, whenever Michigan State wants to act sanctimonious, you throw out Nassar and it's over. I did it to a rich alumni dude that sat next to the table. He was booing me. And I said something to him about it, and he almost puked himself because I think he might have been on the board of trustees. I'm not sure. But Mel Tucker is a pig. Mel Tucker is getting railroaded here. Brenda Tracy is certainly no saint, and she seems like she's a scorned woman, but hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. We all know this. But Tucker, the mad jacker, laying in bed beating it to a phone conversation with Brenda Tracy, should lose his job just for being an idiot. And Tucker, will see what happens. He's going to get paid nice. He's going to get paid nice. He's going to get paid strong. He's going to get some money, but he ain't going to ever coach again. And ladies and gentlemen, nor should he. He's a horrible coach, a ridiculous human being, but it was a perfect fit. Because Michigan State's a horrible university with god-awful human beings. It is. You can debate me all you'd like, but anybody, anytime, anywhere knows the place is a cesspool of crap. And Tucker fit in perfectly. Now they fire him, and now Tucker is mad. What can I tell you? I will argue that Mel Tucker, the beleaguered, now fired coach of Michigan State football, is the dumbest coach walking the planet. There are a lot of dumb ones. He might be, ladies and gentlemen, the dumbest sports personality walking the planet. It is literally, and I'm sure this is not politically correct, but I got to tell you, every school wants to hire an African-American coach. You become a head coach in college, first thing the AD does is, you're going to hire an African-American? How many African-Americans you going to have? True story. I mean, people can get mad, and I hear all the time from Jamel Hill and everybody else how different it is for African-Americans, how much better they have to be. That's simply not true. I mean, look, I'm not going to get into guys I hired, but they would have never been hired were they white, some of them. Anyway, the deal is simply this. Mel Tucker, it is impossible to get fired at a school like Michigan State in a league that wants to be so politically correct. But Mel Tucker managed to do it and leave $75 million. I heard it was 79, then I read today it was $75 million on the table because, well, frankly, he embarrassed the university. There's a clause in his contract. It goes back to the old Porky's movie. Moral turpitude. That's what it says in the contract. Don't embarrass us. Don't shame us. Don't make us subject to ridicule as the head coach of Michigan State football. Mel Tucker did all those three things, according to Michigan State. And then, this is how bad Mel Tucker's lawyers were. They used Mel Tucker's own statements through his lawyer against him, saying, look, you admitted to doing this. You admitted this. You admitted to baiting fish on the phone with Brenda Tracy. And by the way, Brenda Tracy is no prize either. She's a woman's advocate, right? She's a survivor. Hey, look, I pray for you. That's horrible. I know what you went through. It had to be absolutely terrible, but apparently she had come out of it, and now she's guiding people on what to do. And this woman couldn't get off the phone when the dude was baiting fish. He was sitting there beating it, and she couldn't hang up, say, hey, yo, Mel, call me back in a couple days when you and that thing that you're holding simmers down. She couldn't do that. She's the one telling young men and young women how to act, how to get out of situations, and she couldn't do it. She involved herself with a married man. And don't think for a second this is just two people on the phone. No. This is two people that developed an attraction on the phone many, many, many times because they wanted to be on the phone. They wanted to talk to each other. But Tucker took it two different places that it didn't have, three different places. One, the relationship became a little bit too close. That's one. Two, he beat it. And when you're on the phone beating it, and three, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and she got him. 8 months later, after he dusted her, after he broke it off, she got him. He thought he was getting her by, pulling on it. He thought he was doing some fun stuff. She got him. She's smart, she's devious, and she went after Mel Tucker. Nothing happened to her. I mean, let's be honest with you. When you have all those conversations before, and one of the conversations involves her talking about working out, so she can look better naked to a guy that she knows is attracted to her. Don't even start that. And this isn't me talking. This is my wife talking. Whenever we get in situations like this, I ask my wife, and she's like, come on, Dan. Every woman that age knows that's been through some stuff. You're not bringing up being naked to a guy that's into you on the phone. You're just not. So just stop it. I know, well, there shouldn't be anything wrong. Oh, just stop. I live in the real world. So Tucker, who was married, took it too far, and Tucker just played right into Michigan State's hands. Now, Michigan State has always been a dirtbag place. We know this. Larry Nassar is the poster child for it, but there's so much else going on there. They wanted to get rid of Tucker. They knew what I told Michigan State when they hired him. This dude was a fraud. Every person that I know in football that knew Tucker and knew of his work said he was a complete fraud, but he had a kid named Walker. And the kid named Walker in the transfer portal led him to an 11-win season. He is 5-14 when you take out the 11 wins in 1 year. Well, there you go. There's why he was fired. If he was a decent human being, if he had built up some equity in the building, then the Tucker would have been kept. But make no mistake, Michigan State was very much in its rights to fire him. People are going to disagree with that. But the bottom line and the final line is this. You're the coach. You know not to crap where you eat. You bring in somebody that you pay. That person then becomes a vendor of the school. You paid them with university's money. And then you do this. Like, the Title IX stuff's all crap. You can have a civil suit. You can do all that. Hell, I had some woman accuse me of violence because I said I would not go at it in a pool with her. So all that stuff is just crap, garbage, and made-for-TV nonsense. The real is what's really going on with this Brenda Tracy. What is she really about? And, of course, the stupidity of Mel Tucker. Mel Tucker is the dumbest human being on the planet. Sports division, $75 million says so. Somebody will give him a chance because, well, he's an African-American coach that, has done okay. Not like he should be banned forever, but he'll get another shot. Not as a head coach, maybe, but you know what? He'll make some money and life will be good, and at some point he'll become a victim.